The Civil and Human Rights Committee is one of the most important committees in your unions. We don't just deal with transit. We just don't deal with airlines. We just don't deal with railroads. We deal with everybody. This is our second regional human rights conference. The purpose of this conference is a training session for TWU locals that wish to start their own human rights committee.
Human rights are the rights and freedoms to which all humans are entitled, no matter what their race, their religion, nationality, age, sex, political beliefs, or any other kind of beliefs, intelligence, disability, sexual orientation, or gender identity.
Human Rights Committee is designed to support just about anyone in the workplace.
Helping people to understand their rights.
Decency, to be treated with a decency.
Now, how do I get this committee started? If the president and your executive board says yes, then the president will appoint a chairperson. You want a chair, a co-chair, and a secretary. Every committee needs to have a mission.
It takes a group that have a lot of heart and passion about fairness and equality. We give out the civil and human rights laws that the EEOC puts out to govern what goes on in the companies.
In order for something to be harassment, it's got to create a hostile and intimidating work, and here's the key word, environment. If you have a minor incident, it has to be pervasive. In other words, it has to happen on several times, or it has to be a severe incident.
It gives us the opportunity to network and find out what's going on in some of the other cities, locals.
We've seen cases that you could not imagine. You have to know, how do you change things?
We also try to have someone from the company where the workers work to speak on the relationship of human rights, the union, and the company.
In JetNet, you can find a sample of the words that are not allowed for you to say at work. The awareness of it is what is key. Hearing things like, yeah, I said that. I called the co-worker that, but what's the big deal? That's the same thing I call my wife. But it's not acceptable in the workplace.
Some of the things you may hear may be very ugly. You need to be objective and be neutral so you can hear all the facts and have understanding of what's going on.
I always like to have a participation from the audience. I had them create their own committee, and then I gave them a case.
But some of it touched close areas to what the bases are dealing with.
She signed a contract when she hired on and said, I will, on these days, at this time.
You would be surprised what people think, what is a violation and what is not a violation.
You've got to educate your folks. The majority of those that were let go on the spot, if they knew they were going to lose their job, they would not have said it, they would not have done it. It's just from a lack of knowledge. And what does it say? My people will die and perish from a lack of knowledge.
We stand today at the threshold of a great event, both in the life of the United Nations and in the life of mankind.
Do we have civil and human rights committees in all our unions? No. Now we know how big TWU is. We should have more.
This Universal Declaration of Human Rights may well become the international Magna Carta of all men everywhere.
They look at you for information, they look at you to do the right things.
We hope its proclamation by the General Assembly will be an event comparable to the adoption of the Bill of Rights by the people of the United States and the adoption of comparable declarations at different times in other countries.
We can go a long way by understanding different situations and not letting them affect us from hearsay or past events.
1, 2, 3.
Human rights!